Og så er vi optagende. Det vil sige, at vi kan lige hilse til dem, som kigger på senere.
Hej.
Det gør det altid så hyggeligt. Og så muter jeg lige, og hvis der er nogen, som gerne vil sige noget, også når Ørjan kommer på, så er I meget at bare unmute jer selv. Så kan I godt spørge spørgsmål til Ørjan. Det må jeg også gerne, når vi nu er på i teammødet. Det gør det også lidt special, at man kan gøre det. Man kan bare lige spørge vores stifter. Det er faktisk ret stort. Men jeg synes, at det er så fantastisk, at vi har nogen, som leder Zinzino, som har så meget vision for tingene. Og nu havde vi jo lige et teammøde med ham her i går, og vi har hørt lidt af nogle af de ting, som han har af planer, og hvad han gerne vil med Zinzino, og hvor meget vækst vi skal have. Og jeg synes, det er vanvittigt at se, hvor heldig, altså jeg føler faktisk heldig, at vi kender til Zinzino nu, hvor vi er henne, hvor at vi er lige begyndt, altså det går ikke ret mange uger, så åbner vi flere, altså helt global webshop. Det er vanvittigt, hvor vi kan tegne kunder i næsten alle lande hele verden rundt, og det går ikke alt for længe, så vil alle de lande også være åbne for at få partner i gang. Det betyder så meget, at man kan have så mange partner, hvor vi er nu. Altså dengang JP og jeg startede for 8 år siden, var vi kun i 5 lande.
Wow.
Ja.
Ja, og nu åbner vi land nummer 35 snart.
Ja, det betyder så meget. Og det vil sige, at vi har haft mange folk i gang, og nogle folk, de tager det stille og roligt, og har haft nogle udfordringer, men mange af dem kommer tilbage og siger, nu kan vi godt se den her kæmpe mulighed, og hvad vi gerne vil med Zinzino. Nogle af jer, som er rimelig nye, I kan godt se, altså, hvor store mulighederne er. Men vi har også hørt nogle af de ting, hvor de har lært af, de ting, de har lavet af fejl med de forskellige steder, de har åbnet, og lært af det, så når de åbner nye land nu bliver det jo en helt anden faktisk ballgame. Det vil jeg have sagt, men det kan man ikke lige sige på dansk, vel? Nej, men
en helt anden boldgade hedder det på dansk.
Hedder det det?
Ja.
Nå, okay.
På godt jysk.
På godt jysk, så kan vi godt sige det. men jeg tænker, hvor heldigt vi er, at der hvor Danmark sidder, vi er placeret så tæt på resten af Europa, som stadigvæk helt nyt. Og nogle af de steder, hvor der bare har så meget vækst, altså var det ikke 500% i Tyskland, og nogle steder, hvor det bare går amok, og de folk, der får tusindvis af kunder, det kan da sagtens være, altså, at nogen, de gør det samme her i vores team. Det kommer til at være, altså, det kommer til at simpelthen eksplodere. Nu skal jeg lige holde øje med, når Ørjan kommer på, når vi har flere sider. De skal lige holde øje med det. Og der synes jeg, at det er sjovt at høre det faktisk for Ørjan selv. Fordi at han har jo på fornemmelse nogle steder, som kommer til at have rigtig meget vækst. Så synes jeg, at han kommer også med den her med en plan. Hvad skal vi gøre her? Og nu, hvad er det, som man skal arbejde på lige her og nu? Er der nogen, der gerne vil spørge Ørjan om et eller andet, eller har faktisk et spørgsmål, som vi kan da spørge fra starten af? Fordi bare for jer, der er lige kommet på, han kommer på. Han skrev til mig, at han kommer måske lige et par minutter for sent, fordi Hilde var på et kald, og Sara er vågen, hans lille datter. så det vil jeg gerne. Ja, Frederik, skal jeg lige unmute dig, eller kan du unmute? Ja, Frederik.
Jeg sad faktisk tænkt på, at det kunne fedt at spørge ham om, hvordan han bliver ved med at finde nye, mulige partnere eller kunder. Hvordan han bliver ved med at få nye prospects. Fordi man er i gang i mange år.
Ja.
Så kommer det løbe tør, tænker man.
Ja, fordi han har faktisk været i gang i så mange år, at hvordan, fordi jeg mødte faktisk en i USA, der var til Mastermind, som han har personligt sat i gang i Holland. Så jeg kunne godt tænke mig også selv at høre, hvordan finder du stadig partner og sådan noget? Det er, fordi han kvalificerer sig selv til at være de her kampagner og de her, også til director-turen. Han tager ikke bare med. Ham og Hilde har sagt, de vil gerne lige være sikre på, at de selv kvalificerer til det. Så Det er faktisk ret spændende. Er der nogen andre, der har nogle spørgsmål, som vi kan spørge, som vi kan lige få, inden han kommer på? Jeg kigger lige efter spørgsmål. Eller er I bare generet? Det kan være det også. Men jeg tror, at...
Det kan også dukke noget op.
Ja, men det er helt fantastisk. Så har vi faktisk lige Ørjan på. Og så går jeg lige over til engelsk selvfølgelig, så vi kan få ham på. Nu, Ørjan, our founder and global president. Thank you, Ørjan, for coming on our call here in Denmark. Hello from the Danish team, Ørjan. And Ørjan, you know, we're so excited because we were just talking about the visions that you have and how you keep coming up with new things and you're knowing where you want to go with things, but it's almost like renewing and coming up with new ideas and things like that. And your vision and why now is the perfect timing for Zinzino. I think I'll leave the word over to you.
So of course, perfect timing is a definition of a couple of things. It's a definition of where are you at this present moment, because timing always have a little bit to do with what we want to do, what we can do. The second part is where is the company? And the third part is where is the company going? So I was just out teaching here a couple of days ago in Norway, and Denmark and Norway is pretty similar. We've both been open since 2005. The original group in Norway, they started with coffee machines. It wasn't really brilliant quality coffee machines. It was kind of like they worked. We had a cappuccino maker with a 60% failure rate. It was kind of tough days. But we managed to create a wave. So we created a growth wave. I don't know the numbers for Denmark, so I'll just do the Norwegian numbers for you to get the idea. Denmark was about half the size of Norway all the time. So I would say probably about half on everything that I say. So we created a growth wave. We hit about 30 million Norwegian in sales by the end of that growth wave, which was in 2012. In 2012, the growth kind of declined, and then a new growth wave came, but that didn't start in 2012 with a new balance product coming out. That started many years before with a new team coming into Zinzino with different coffee machines, with better cappuccino makers, where everything was working, and they drove the second growth wave of Norway. And then the balance oil came in. They continued selling that. We went from one product to multiple products. And by the end of the second growth wave, we hit about 100 million Norwegian in sales in Norway, or Swedish in sales in Norway. But now we're seeing that the people that were leading that second growth wave, a lot of those people are fading off a little bit, because we've become a pure health company where coffee is just something you have if you want to, while they built their business on coffee being the main brand, the main thing. But there has already started another growth wave in about 2014 of new teams that we know see are growing, and they're dominating. And I think that this growth wave in Norway will take us from 100 million to 300 million. But even more important than that, in the first growth wave, we had no international possibility. In the second growth wave, like Carla and JP and like a few others in Denmark, there was a few people that went international. But in this third upcoming growth wave, I believe that it will be natural for every single team to go international. And that's why the opportunity you're sitting on today is not 10 times better than the people that started in 2005. It's really 100 times better than what they had in 2005. And that's why it makes it kind of a perfect timing. Then I could go through all the other things, like in just a few months ago, we sold a kit for, I don't know the Danish prices, but about, I think, 8,490 kroners. where you had to pay for all of the products. Today, you're selling a kit for, how much is it? Is the same price or did it increase?
Same price.
Same price. And when you get your 10 customers, well, in the past, we used to give you a couple of hundred or 300-400 euros in commissions. So 3,000 Danish in commissions for getting 10 customers. You got free products every month. But no, you also get the 8,490 kroners back. And you pay that. And right now in February, you get even 5,000 extra value with 5 more test kits inside of the package. And the reason why we added that for February was that we increased the prices in euros and in Norwegian and Swedish kroners, but we didn't do it in Denmark, but you still got the campaign. So you guys got the extra hot bonus.
We're happy about that, Ørjan. We like that we didn't have to raise any prices for us. And it actually, it really sets us at a good timing. Plus, Denmark is sitting connected. I mean, Norway and Sweden, they got a little bit more travel where we're actually a lot closer to the rest of Europe. So I definitely believe Denmark has, the sweet spot of Zinzino in regards to Scandinavia of really having an international business. But we have so much happening in Denmark. Denmark's untouched. We need to let people know in Denmark too.
Yeah, so I think if we define a third growth rate for Denmark, I think that definitely you could go up 300-400% from what you're doing right now. You're doing about 50-60 million Swedish. Sweden is already doing 120, 140. Maybe this year they'll be doing 180 million in Sweden. So you guys could at least catch up while the Swedes are what they're doing right now, and that'd be a huge growth. That'd be enough for you to go. So let me give you an example. Hungary is still behind you. They've been in business 1.5 years. They've got 2 ambassadors already. So they still have less sales than Denmark, okay? So if you double Denmark, there is more than enough space for you to go ambassador, for you to go president. There is more than enough space for that. But what I wanted you to get is definitely that this pushing it now, Zinzino forming a global or international brand, soon global brand, is going to give you the opportunity to go everywhere and build something that is utmost amazing. So then you got to sell this business. You got to be excited about it. You got to be able to turn around and say, hey, you're here at the table. Normally, if we were to start a business like this, you and me, and we wanted this kind of a networking opportunity, that would be millions and millions of Danish kroners invested to get this kind of a business launched. And that's for Denmark. If we wanted to have it throughout Scandinavia, it would be even more. And if we want to have it international, it'll even be more. So you're coming into a business with a high potential at a very low cost, and you can make your money back fast. There is no risk involved. And if we build this together, we get 1 leg, 2 leg. We get those growing in Denmark. We make $1 million a year. If we get 3-4 legs and we make them grow international, we can make 10 million a year. That's the kind of business that we have. And I think that we should be more excited about it than what we've been. I think that somehow we brought the Scandinavian mentality into the business model that we have where it's okay as long as everyone is making a little bit of money. And so I think for a lot of you guys, you could say, well, that's not really what I want. I want to get rich. I want to make some serious amount of money. I remember this back when I was young. I was in my early or late teens, early 20s. And I heard people in this business making more money in a month than my parents did in a year. And I wanted to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish my parents made a lot more money. Because today, Hilde and I are making more money in a month than my parents do in a year. So we achieve those targets, which means that you guys can be as excited for that as anybody else, It's allowed to go out and say that, hey, I'm gonna make this big. I'm gonna really hit it. And I'm going to take the full opportunity with this business and take it throughout Europe, throughout the world. I'm going to copy what Carla and JP is doing, and I'm going to build it global. Get excited about that. Get excited about products. We've got some of the most life-changing products that you could ever come across. I think it was today. I hear so many stories all the time, but I just heard a couple of life-changing stories. Was either yesterday or today about. One was I don't even remember them right now. One was the mom. It was today. It was like an hour ago. I heard the stories. It's like I hear so many of them.
That's what happens when you have kids, huh, Ørjan?
Yeah, no. I was on the phone with Vibeke, which is building in Germany, and we were talking about Australia. And she said that we're signing up 5 partners in Australia right now in a pre-launch of the market, because it's this mom that you met in Germany, she said, that had the blood veins to her brain 90% blocked, and she was like, literally there was nothing they could do. She started with the balanced oil, and today all of her blood veins, her brain is open, and she doesn't have the risk of dying early from a brain stroke. Literally at any moment she could die from either the blood veins clogging up or the clog releasing. So either way she could die any minute. So it's like a really life-threatening situation that she was in, and started balanced oil somehow together with all the things that she did. She's now 100% flow, so she get back to completely normal. But the daughter was struggling with depression, anxiety, got on the oil, got on Viva, and is now just gotten her life back. So they together are working with a rehab clinic in Australia, because I think that maybe they were from Australia originally. I don't know that part of the story, but they are signing up 5 partners in Australia. So when you work with products like that literally is life-changing, you got to learn to sell them the best you can. Any disadvantage that we have, like the price, or that you sign up for 6 months, or that you have to get a kit in the beginning, all of those you got to turn into your advantages. And I did a Facebook Live about this today, so some of you might have already heard the Facebook Live, saying that turn the obstacle into an advantage or into the benefit. So, and I was joking on the Zoom call with Carl and them yesterday to the US, that in the US, everyone, like, you spend 50 years messing up your life, and then you expect to fix it with a vitamin pill in 5 days. Well, that's never going to work, you know. That's why many people in our profession is looked at negatively, because it is a crooked message if you're going to fix some problems that have been developing for a long time, very short period of time. So use that as an example and say, that's why we put together a 6-month health program, so that you commit to your health for 6 months. That's why we're only shipping every 2nd month, is to help you save money on the shipping. That's why you have to get a little bit more upfront, but look at the discount you're getting. You're supposed to pay like 3,000 kroners or whatever the price is in Denmark, and all you're paying is 1,395 for the first month. You get it at 149 a month on a monthly subscription. That's a very good deal, and in 6 months we can prove to you that your blood values are back to the way they should have been the whole time, and you'll feel great for the rest of your life. So learn how to take that and close that and turn it around. Same in the business presentation, when people say, well, I don't know if I want to build a business like this, which might be an obstacle sometimes, that people are questioning. I can't see myself doing that. Turn it around and say, okay, so we've got a possibility to have a sales organization for you, promoting life-changing products in every country in Europe. What is it that you don't see with that picture? Wouldn't you like to have a pan-European business? And of course, people would like that, and know you can talk about the real things, which is, well, I've got a doubt if I can do it. Well, we've got a training program. We've got over 300 hours in the GoCore app to train you. So using that, well, how do I contact them? Well, we've got Zinzino Hub. You send the message from Denmark, you send it to Germany, they open it up, and it's in German. It detects where their mobile are, and they get the balance funnel there, and soon we have the partner funnel out in all of different languages too. So you can work international because everything is translated for you already. So let's make a list of who you know in Denmark, how do we get started in Denmark? And then let's make the international list and make sure that you also build an international business from day one. Would you like to join me on that? Well, the investment, you get 20,000 kroners worth of product. You pay 8,500. We get you 10 customers. You make 3,000 in commissions. You get free products every month for a year. And by the end of the year, you get 490 back. So learn how to sell what you have so that they see the benefits that you're already seeing.
Yeah, I love that, because you do, and you're great at turning that around and having that excitement. You can feel your excitement, you know, and I know we're working in Denmark. It's not always a whoop whoop like we have sometimes.
No, Denmark is amazing.
And it's actually been growing. And in our team, I know some people from kickoff, they saw the excitement, they heard that crazy campaign, and they've been running with it. Some teams are having titles and doing lots of meetings, and some people are struggling. And maybe are thinking, okay, I know one of our questions was, you know, Ørjan, how do you still find people yourself? You've been in this business a long time. That was one of our team's questions.
I have a box, and then I draw them up of the box. It's a magic trick.
Okay, and the real story is?
Whenever I meet people, they go into the box.
Okay.
I collect their information. So whenever I meet people, I collect information. So like today, I prospected a guy. I was just on my lunch, one of my lunch places, and he is there occasionally. It's from India. So instead of sitting down talking with him about the business and trying to pitch him on that, I was talking to him about Indian food. Obviously, he is serving at a very up-class restaurant that I have my lunch at. He is from India. He lives in Norway. He obviously knows Indian food. So we talked about that, and I talked about where I tasted my best lamb tikka masala ever in my life, how that was just throughout amazing. And we talked about that, and then he started recommending me all kinds of Indian places in Oslo, which I knew that he would do when I talked about Indian food. Of course, coming to my real pitch, so I was there 4 hours today. So during conversation, I said, I really don't need any recommendations in Oslo because we're launching our business in India. And I'm going to be eating a lot of Indian food. And he laughed, and we laughed, and then he said, so what do you know about business in India? And we talked about that, and he was really excited about India because there is so much progress in society, and said the middle class is getting rich. Most middle class people in New Delhi, where I come from, they actually have more money than me when they go home from their work, ready to spend, than I have living in Norway after taxes and paying rent and all of those things. This is very excited about that. Did I mention Zinzino? No. I collect his information, and then I'll set up a meeting when the proper timing is there. So I draw him out of the box. So the proper timing for me, proper timing for him is a little bit closer to India because I'm quite busy right now, so I don't have time to pre-launch him into India. Normally I would have done that if I've got time, but I'd rather take it just when we're launching, and then I'd set up meetings with all the people that he knows from India in Oslo, which would be probably about 800 people just in his family. So it's going to be easy to find prospects. And then they launch massively into India from there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't even necessarily have to go to India and eat Indian food. I could go with he and his family to the great restaurant that he recommended me in Oslo.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're still building a relationship, working that way.
Yeah, so this morning I was in the shower, and this might sound strange. There is nothing strange about what I'm going to say now. So I was thinking about this guy. That's why it might sound strange. But I was showering. I said, no, I forgot to send him information because we had a ski guide in the Alps when we were skiing at Zermatt. And for the promotion of those that did 50 recruits last month. And I remember as a tip to the ski guide, I said, I'm going to give you a balanced box. You're going to get our products and get to try them for 6 months. That's going to be our tip for having you around for 2 days. And then I'd forgotten to send him the information. I was trying to remember his name, you know, you're stuck there and you can't remember the name. I knew I had it in my phone. As I come out of the shower, guess who's texted me?
Oh,
So he had texted me, so it was very easy. It was right there, and I laughed, and it was a good conversation, and I sent him the information, so he is entering his data. And then as soon as he receives the product, I'm going to set up a Zoom with him, and in this case, Marco, because Marco is there together with me, and he'll enroll him in the business after he gets tried products.
mm-hmm.
So again, somebody I met, and I could go story after story, and people that I'm following up for 5-10 years sometimes to get them signed up. And of course, I've got that time because I did my initial 100, 200, 300 list when I was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 years old. It's 20 years ago that I went through the first 200-300 people on my list. Mm-hmm. And then I've had all of this time to build contacts. And since I've diligently been building contacts all of that time, I literally can just pull people out of the box. When I need to talk to somebody, it's easy because I have built those relationships for a long time.
I love it. You know, I think
that's... But Carla,
important.
before you jump in, but for everyone on this call, if you're not done with a top 300, that's what I would do. Go out and get done with them before I see you at the leadership school. Go out, do massive amounts of meetings. If you're struggling, it's 2 reasons for it. One is that you're either not doing enough meetings or you don't have enough hit rate on the meetings that you're doing. Either way, the solution to both of those is do more meetings. So no matter what you do, I think that getting hungry and saying that I'm willing to go out and meet 10 people on my personal contact, sign up 1 ultimate kit. Mm-hmm. And then you meet 100 people in the next 3 months and you sign up 10 people in your business on the ultimate kit and they do the same work, you'll end up being a diamond by October. That's how people do it. And then you say, what about those 90s? Well, some of them became customers, but again, 2 years from now, you see the same 90 people and you'll probably sign up 20 of them because they've seen you grow. They've seen your success. So one of the clues to getting a good hit rate is making sure that you go through your full list so everyone knows what you're doing. So by the time you get back to them and you go through your list again, they can see your progress. And that's how you get eventually to become a top recruiter and eventually then go to trips like the one we had in Samat.
Yeah, that looked crazy great. Well, I think, you know, there's a lot of people who, you know, are trying to figure out, is there one thing that we should be like, what would you say is the action plan for right here and now? Because some people
get your list together, book your teams, book your meetings, bring in an upline, bring in somebody to validate what you're saying. One of the things that I was also sharing yesterday was that people you meet might not know you as a health professional in Zinzino. They might know you as a neighbor, as a friend, as a nephew, as a daughter. They might know you in different roles, as a classmate, as a colleague. That's the role that they know you in. And it's going to take you maybe 1 to 3, maybe even 5 years to be known as a health professional within international business, because you got to create that first. So by taking in somebody else from the upline to do the presentation for you or to meet them on Zoom together with you, they are the professional and you're the contact. That's going to help you close more people because they get known to be a Zinzino person from day one and a health professional.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Or even if people are knowing how to do the meetings, they can do the meetings, but still that 10 minutes can mean a lot of somebody just saying their story or somebody answering questions or you know, kind of just validating, hey, you should be listening to that person. makes a big difference for the person that's a prospect.
100%.
That's a great, but I think just the future of where Zinzino's going, you've said by the end of the year, there's going to be a lot of growth.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to grow well this year. I think by 2025, we're going to be up 10 times from today. So we're doing just under 60 million euros, or just above 60 million euros. I don't have the final numbers yet. And I think in 2025, we're going to do 600 million. So think about that. You're at the very ground floor of a business. And if you think about that, if we created like 500 people with a diamond recognition so far, that means that in the first 13 years of our business, we created 500. And then what's going to happen in the next 7 years of the business, we're going to create 4,500 of them. So you got to realize that in a shorter period of time, we're going to do 9 times more when it comes to examples of recognition. And how can we do that? Well, if we were only in Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Finland, that would not be possible, okay? So I fully understand that all of that volume can't possibly come from those 4 countries. But if you think about 10 times up, is there any country in Europe that might be bigger than Sweden? Yeah, the answer is that most of the countries in Europe is bigger than Sweden. So Sweden is doing more volume than Denmark. So let's just take the 4 countries, that 30 million. So when we do our international expansion, I'm expecting Germany to do more volume than all of those 4 countries together. I'm thinking that Austria is going to do the same volume as Sweden, Switzerland, same as Denmark and Norway. The Netherlands is going to do as much as our countries together. Belgium, like Sweden. Spain is going to do as much as Germany. Italy is probably going to do over, I think Zinzino Italy 5-6 years from now is going to be over 100 million euros. So more than we do in complete global sales, we're going to do in Italy alone. If we get India going, India is going to do more than all of Europe. If you look at all of the companies in the world that is in the profession of direct selling, and we look at their total sales in the US versus total sales of all collective European countries together, US sales is usually bigger. But 18 months from now, I'm thinking that we're already shipping to China and starting pre-launch from Hong Kong. We'll be shipping China already next month, but we're starting pre-launching from Hong Kong 18 months from now. China is going to do more than Europe, US, Africa, and most of the East together. So, I mean, this is not very unrealistic. This is very realistic numbers. But then you got to get your team together today, go through your contact list, and everyone that you're signing up, they have their Danish list and they have their global list. And they start approaching both of those lists at the same time to get the maximum volume. You say, but I can't go to Portugal yet. Well, who cares? You've got Zoom. Get them signed up. Get them to 10 customers. They got commissions. They'll get their refund. Get it moving. They'll figure it out how they build in Portugal.
I'm excited about it. I'm being the un-Danish person today and saying, this is crazy. I know you're actually kind of talking about it so calm, Ørjan, but I'm excited about where it's going, and that, you know, the more people we have in right now in these months, that's the bigger team, because they're going to know more people too and everywhere else in the world. And actually, with the campaigns going this month and next month with Get All Your Money Back, it couldn't be any better. I can't think of anything better. How do you keep coming up with these things, Ørjan?
Well, I keep thinking. I hope I keep coming up with new things. No, but I think that we've got what we need now. We can grow this company into 600 million euros in the next 5 to 7 years. So we absolutely has got what it needs to be there. And as I mentioned, product stories again. I could go back and I tell you so many of those, and I guess you guys can also do that. So get your list together, take action on booking the meetings, bring an expert with you, so that we know that that expert is going to help you close the deal. Do the follow-ups, do more follow-ups, bring them into the pipeline, get them started, move them to silver. I think that we should stop doing 4, 4, 10 in 2 months. I think that we should do 4, 4, 10 in 1 month. So get 10 customers, get 4 partners, get it done in the first month, make 4,000 Danish so that that's done, and then get free product every month from there, and then focus on building your 4 silvers the next month, hitting executive by the end of the next month. That's going to make you over 15,000 Danish if you do that in your second month. Then help your 4 silvers develop into executive. If that takes 2, 3, 4 months, it's okay. You hit diamond, and then you spend another 3, 4 months and you hit crown. This is completely possible. What has to change is our mindset on how fast we act on things.
Mm-hmm.
And when you doubt that you can do it, or you say that you're too young, or whatever you come up with as an excuse, maybe JP says he's too old. Hi, JP. Joking with him. Think about that. I was 21 when we turned around business. We signed up 3,600 people in literally 90 days by doing a proper 90-day run. We did 3,500, 3,600 people joined the business. So no, this is absolutely possible if we just talk about the advantage. And then this becomes a rocket in and of itself, because then you have hundreds of people making money in your team. And when the 3,000 turns around, get 10 customers each, well, that's 30,000 customers if you did something like that. So plan for a very tough 90-day run, and then finish that run and hit a high rank. Then take a couple of weeks where you take a break, get a little bit rested, then plan for another hard 9-day run, and keep doing that until you at least hit crown. Then quit your job when you hit crown, and then you take a little bit of rest, and then you do a new 90-day run, and you keep hitting that until you hit president. Then you could be president literally in 2-3 years from now, and it's going to be totally amazing what you achieve when you do that.
Okay, I think they're going to finish with that, Ørjan.
Good plan.
Great plan. Okay.
Thank you.
President. We got this, Ørjan.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks for taking the time, Ørjan. We appreciate you. Thanks for your vision.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know about you guys, but I know that if we just follow half of what he says, it's going to be crazy. That man is such a visionary. Hvorfor snakker jeg engelsk nu?
Det ved jeg ikke.
Du skal lige skubbe til mig, når jeg gør sådan noget.
Carla. Hvor er det godt.
Var det ikke godt, Timmy? Var det ikke?
Inspirerende. Wow.
Ja, men jeg tror, at det er rigtigt, den der med at have den der energi, kende din historie, bruge historierne til møderne, og tage action på det. Så hvis man har svært med nogle ting for tiden, spørg din upline og tag fat i. Der er nogle teams, der bare flyver for tiden, rykker, får titler og har gang i en masse møder. Og når man har momentum, og man har de ting, så bliver det endnu sjovere. Jeg kan godt forestille mig nogle af de steder, hvor det virkelig kører hurtigt, så er det endnu sjovere at bygge forretning, og det giver en god momentum med alle sammen. Så bliver det en god cirkel. Jeg ved ikke med jer, men jeg synes, at vi skal høre den her et par gange, og jeg sætter det op på teamsiden lige om lidt.
Fedt.
Så alle dem, der ikke har været med, så får de lov til at høre det bagefter. Så helt fantastisk. Tak alle sammen for, at I kom på. Nu har jeg unmuted alle sammen, så vi kan godt hilse. Farvel alle sammen. Kan I have en god aften?
Hej.
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 Nå, fast track bagefter.
Ja, og fast track på bagefter.